The sky is black. Ash rains down like snow. The only sound? Sirens, helicopters, and the crackling roar of fire swallowing homes whole. This isn't a movie, this is Los Angeles, 2025. Over 20,000 acres burned, larger than Manhattan. Entire neighborhoods wiped out overnight. And here's the worst part. This could happen in your city next. What if I told you there are places in the US where fire season never really stops? Cities where one spark, one bad wind, or maybe even one nervous billionaire burning evidence could turn everything into a smoldering wasteland. We're looking at you, certain people in the news. Today we're counting down the 10 cities in America most likely to go up in flames. Stay until the end and tell us which one you'd rather risk living in or which one you're already trying to escape. Fire hazard city rankings. Doomsday Prepper Rating System, because let's be real, you'll need one. Since we're talking about places that might turn into the next Fire Nation, we're adding a Doomsday Prepper Rating System to this countdown. 1 out of 5. You'll be fine. Maybe just keep a garden hose handy. 3 out of 5. Might want to start Googling fireproof house designs. 5 out of 5. Congrats! You now live in an open-world survival game. Because if you live in one of these places, you're basically playing life on hard mode. Number 10, Reno, Nevada, aka the barbecue pit of the West. Travel misery meter 4.5 out of 5. You live in a literal tinderbox. Doomsday Prepper rating 4 out of 5. Hope you enjoy smoke-flavored air year-round. Reno is called the biggest little city in the world. Cute, right? Well, guess what? It's also sitting in the middle of a wildfire death trap. 74% of buildings in Reno are at risk of wildfire. Lightning and human stupidity start most fires here. The Truckee watershed has been in drought 78% of the time since 2000. Worst time to visit summer, unless you enjoy waking up to ash-covered cars and smoky sunrises. Historical fire. The Call-in Fire in 2011 burned 1,935 acres and destroyed dozens of homes. Weird law. It's illegal to lie down on a sidewalk in Reno. Maybe they're just preparing for all the hot pavement. And let's talk about those 80-mile-per-hour winds that love to spread flames like an unpaid intern spreading gossip. Reno locals, be real with us. How bad is it? Drop your fire horror stories in the comments. Best excuse for not evacuating. The fire won't come this way. It never does. Number 9, Denver, Colorado, also known as the Mile High Fire Trap. Welcome to the crispier version of Denver. The travel misery meter is 4 out of 5. Hope your air filters are working because the Doomsday Prepper rating is 3.8 out of 5. Denver used to be considered safe from wildfires, but then reality hit like a fireball. 1 million residents now live in high-risk zones. The Marshall Fire in 2021 alone caused $2 billion in damages. Fire season lasts from spring through fall, so basically always. The historical Hayman Fire in 2002 burned 138,000 acres, making it Colorado's largest wildfire at the time. Here's a weird law. It's illegal to lend your vacuum cleaner to your neighbor in Denver. Maybe they knew it'd just suck up all the ash. Denver people, let's hear it. How close have you been to a wildfire? And the best excuse for not evacuating? I'll just put some wet towels by the door. I'll be fine. Number 8, Spokane, Washington. Surprise, Washington burns too. The travel misery meter here is 4.2 out of 5. Hope you like smoky summers. The Doomsday Prepper rating is 3.9 out of 5. Invest in an air purifier. Trust us. Spokane might look green and lush, but don't be fooled. 92% of properties in Spokane Valley are at risk of burning. Fires here aren't a question of if, they're a question of when. The historical Great Fire of 1910, also known as the Big Burn, scorched over 3 million acres across Washington, Idaho, and Montana. The worst time to visit is midsummer. If the air isn't already thick with smoke, it's about to be. And here's a weird law. It's illegal to buy a mattress on a Sunday in Spokane. Maybe they just don't want you sleeping through fire season. Spokane locals? How do you all breathe during fire season? Because according to NASA, your air quality turns into campfire lung every summer. Best excuse for not evacuating? I already paid rent. I'm not leaving until the lease is up. Number 7, Boise, Idaho, the fire-prone outdoorsman's paradise. The travel misery meter is 4.3 out of 5. Nature's great until it's on fire. The Doomsday Prepper Rating is 4 out of 5. Might be time to switch to a concrete cabin. Idaho had over 1,400 wildfires in 2024 alone. The 2016 Pioneer Fire burned over 188,000 acres near Boise, causing massive evacuations and heavy smoke that lingered for weeks. The 2018 Sharps Fire scorched another 64,000 acres, reinforcing Idaho's reputation as a wildfire hotspot. The worst time to visit is July through September, prime wildfire season, when the air quality regularly drops to dangerous levels. And a weird law, it's illegal to fish while riding a camel in Idaho. At this point, why not outlaw fire too? Best excuse for not evacuating: the mountains will protect us. Number 6, Salt Lake City, Utah, hot, dry and ready to ignite. Travel misery meter 4.4 out of 5. When the heat isn't trying to kill you, the fires are. Doomsday Prepper Rating 4 out of 5. Might want to keep a fireproof blanket handy. The 2020 Utah wildfire season burned over 300,000 acres statewide, forcing evacuations in multiple counties. The 2007 Milford Flat Fire remains Utah's largest recorded wildfire at 363,000 acres, leaving behind an apocalyptic-looking landscape. The 2012 Wood Hollow Fire destroyed over 50 homes, proving even small fires can do significant damage. Worst time to visit summer, when everything dries out and waits for a spark. Combine that with Utah's strong winds and you've got a disaster in the making. Weird law throwing snowballs at someone in Salt Lake City is illegal. Fireballs though, no laws on that yet. Best excuse for not evacuating: if the temple is still standing, I'm staying. Number 5, Santa Fe, New Mexico, where fire season is just a season. Travel misery meter 4.6 out of 5. Is that smoke or just Santa Fe being Santa Fe? Doomsday Prepper Rating 4.2 out of 5. Hope you like the taste of ash in your coffee. The 2022 Hermit's Peak Fire burned over 341,000 acres, becoming New Mexico's largest wildfire in history. The 2011 Las Conchas Fire consumed over 156,000 acres, sending a thick plume of smoke into Santa Fe's air. Worst time to visit? Late spring through early summer, when the forests and high desert brush are primed for ignition. Weird law, it's illegal to dance while wearing a sombrero in New Mexico. Priorities, people. Best excuse for not evacuating: this happens every year, it's fine. Number 4, Las Vegas, Nevada. Fire meets extreme heat. Travel misery meter 4.8 out of 5. It's hot enough without the fires, thanks. Doomsday Prepper Rating 4.5 out of 5. Your AC won't save you from this. The 2005 Good Springs Fire burned over 32,000 acres just outside the city, reminding Vegas that fire isn't just a metaphor for losing money. Worst time to visit: July through September. The trifecta of fire, heat and bad life decisions. Weird law, it's illegal to pawn your dentures in Vegas, but nobody said anything about pawning your fire insurance. Best excuse for not evacuating: it's just desert brush. Nothing important will burn. Number 3, Phoenix, Arizona, where the sun tries to kill you too. The travel misery meter hits a solid 5 out of 5, a literal oven. The Doomsday Prepper Rating is also 5 out of 5. The whole city is flammable. The 2020 bushfire burned 194,000 acres near Phoenix, forcing evacuations and filling the sky with an eerie orange glow. The 2011 Wallow Fire, Arizona's largest wildfire, torched over 538,000 acres. The worst time to visit? Summer, unless you enjoy stepping outside and instantly regretting it. Oh, and here's a weird law. It's illegal to refuse someone a glass of water in Arizona. Honestly, that should apply everywhere. And the best excuse for not evacuating, it's hot anyway. What's a little extra heat? Number 2, Portland, Oregon, green until it's not. The travel misery meter is at 4.7 out of 5, one match away from a bad time. The Doomsday Prepper Rating 4.3 out of 5, Oregon Trail, but make it fire. The 2020 Labor Day fires burned over 1 million acres statewide, causing massive destruction across multiple counties. The 2017 Eagle Creek fire burned 50,000 acres and was started by a teenager playing with fireworks because apparently nature needed an extra challenge. The 1933 Tillamook burn scorched over 350,000 acres in a matter of days, leaving behind a landscape that took decades to recover. The worst time to visit? Late summer through fall, when the rain stops and the forests become matchsticks waiting for ignition. And here's a weird law. You cannot pump your own gas in Oregon. But hey, the fires will pump themselves. The best excuse for not evacuating? It's just nature doing its thing. Here's a few honorable mentions. Cities that could burn next. Oakland, California. The 1991 Oakland Hills fire killed 25 people and destroyed 2,843 homes. With 7 fire stations closed and a rising homeless population, wildfire risks are worse than ever. San Diego, California. Home to the infamous Cedar Fire in 2003, which burned 273,246 acres. Wildfires remain a yearly problem and power shutoffs do little to prevent them. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. Nearly wiped off the map in the 2016 Gatlinburg fire, which burned 17,000 acres and killed 14 people. A high-risk area due to dry forests and heavy tourism. Asheville, North Carolina. Smoke from the 2016 Party Rock fire turned the city into an unbreathable nightmare. Surrounded by flammable mountain terrain, Asheville remains vulnerable. Carson City, Nevada. Fires have plagued this high desert region for years. The Voltaire Canyon fire in 2000 destroyed homes, and annual wildfires threaten more every year. South Lake Tahoe, California. The Calder fire in 2021 forced mass evacuations and burned 220,000 acres. With dense forests and a booming tourist industry, it remains a fire risk. And finally, number 1, Austin, Texas, where everything is bigger, including the fires. Travel misery meter 5 out of 5. You want brisket, the whole city might become one. Doomsday Prepper Rating 5 out of 5. Just moved to another state. The 2011 Bastrop Complex fire destroyed over 1,600 homes, burned 34,000 acres, and remains the most destructive wildfire in Texas history. The 2018 Llano County fire burned over 3,000 acres, proving that wildfires in Texas don't need forests to spread. They just need fuel. The 2022 Smokehouse Creek fire turned thousands of acres into ash, reinforcing why Texas wildfires are a serious threat. Worst time to visit? March through September. Wildfire season lasts half the year, and the heat makes sure everything stays ready to burn. Weird law. It's illegal to milk another person's cow in Texas. But setting the landscape on fire? No strict laws on that yet. Best excuse for not evacuating. If I leave, who's going to smoke the brisket? Frequently asked questions, FAQs. What causes wildfires in these cities? Wildfires can be sparked by lightning, human negligence like unattended campfires or discarded cigarettes, arson, dry conditions and strong winds. Climate change is also making wildfire seasons longer and more extreme. Why are these cities at such high risk? These cities are surrounded by dry vegetation forests, or grasslands, making them perfect fuel for fires. Many also experience high temperatures, strong winds, and extended droughts, all of which contribute to increased wildfire risk. What should I do if I live in a high-risk wildfire area? Have an evacuation plan, prepare an emergency kit, clear dry brush around your home, and stay informed about local fire warnings. It's also a good idea to keep important documents in a fireproof safe and know multiple evacuation routes. So what did we learn today? If you live in any of these cities, you might want to invest in a fireproof suit and a personal helicopter. If you visit during wildfire season, just assume that smoky barbecue smell is not coming from a backyard grill. And if you're thinking about moving to one of these places, at least make sure your insurance covers acts of God, because fire season is basically its own religion at this point. Now it's your turn. What's the worst fire season experience you've ever had? Drop it in the comments. And if we missed a city that's a wildfire waiting to happen, let us know before it spontaneously combusts. Hit that subscribe button before this video gets flagged as a fire hazard. Stay safe out there, or at least flammable resistant. See you in the next one.